Joining me now live from London is Elisabeth Braw. She's a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute. Thanks very much for joining us here on TRT World. Both Russia and Ukraine signed the Geneva Convention. How does this apply to the Azov battalion?
Well, the Geneva Conventions are very clear. Anybody, including militias that fight as part of any given country's armed forces, count as part of that country's armed forces when they are captured. So it doesn't matter what your personal opinions are about politics, whether you're an anarchist, a fascist, a Nazi, as long as you are part of a country's armed forces and follow those armed forces command and control systems and of course the rules of war, then you are afforded the protection of the Geneva Conventions.
But Elisabeth, here's the thing though. President Vladimir Putin has referenced the Azov Regiment as one of the reasons for attacking Ukraine. So tell me, what does changing the status of them to a terrorist organization bring to the table?
Well, this is clearly bait and switch. When these soldiers, the Azov battalion soldiers, were taken prisoner by Russia, it was an agreement involving the International Committee of the Red Cross that saw the Azov battalion soldiers who were still fighting in defending Ukraine. They let themselves be taken prisoners by Russia, clearly because they were losing. I think we all remember the fight for Azovstal. But the moment you, as a soldier for a particular country, for any given country, the moment you relinquish your weapons and allow yourself to be taken prisoner of war, then the country taking you prisoner of war has a duty to follow the Geneva Conventions. So you can't say, well, you are becoming a prisoner of war and then change your designation from prisoner of war to terrorist. That's part of what Russia committed itself to doing in signing the Geneva Convention. So in now switching the affiliation or switching the designation of these fighters, it is violating the Geneva Conventions because prisoners of war are essentially powerless to do anything. They are dependent on the country that is holding them to follow those conventions, to obey the conventions. So it is bait and switch. Clearly, this is something that Putin is doing to essentially make a sell to the Russian public, but okay. I don't think it's convincing anybody internationally.
All right, Elisabeth Braw, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.